Before you go to a war, you need to understand what your enemy is all about, what your enemy strength is, what your enemy weakness is. Here the enemy is your GRE format. Welcome to another video, and in this video we will be talking about the top 10 tips for GRE quant section. So this video is not a guarantee that you will be getting a full 170 score on the quant, but I do assure you after these tips and tricks a point or two you might increase depending upon your skill set. So if you want to know the top 10 tips for the GRE quant section, then this video is for you. So let us start. So the number one tip is visualize the question which you are getting. So for example, you are getting a geometry or a coordinate geometry question. So visualizing the question can help you in a really good way, and you can remember the important details that the question is telling. For example, they are telling you that height is 10, slant height is 12. So you might not miss the slant height question or the slant height important detail, and don't lose the marks. Another thing to note here is that don't focus on one question here, because most students don't know that each and every question in the GRE carries equal weightage. So if you even leave one question out and solve the rest 19 questions, you are pretty good to go. So if you are stuck on one question and you are not able to find the answer because it is a time based test, so do not focus on one question, move on. The next step is follow the process of elimination. So this is a process that I personally followed during my GRE test, and process of elimination is, for example, if I get a question and I am not able to solve this, for example, it is a rational number question and I know the answer must be a negative rational number, so I will cancel out all the positive rational numbers and narrow down my options. As simple as that. So my options are narrowed down. I have come from 4 options to 2 options. Now I can give it a try and actually try to solve the problem. Number 3 tip is keep your composure. So this is a mistake that I personally made because I lost my composure during the test. That is why, because I took the test too seriously, that my life was depending upon it, but that is not the case. Trust me, that is not the case. Just go to the test at a very calm and composed manner, and do your best. It does not it does not depend whether you get a good score or bad score. Like outcome you cannot predict, you can only do your best. So do your best, and also guys, take a look at the clock while you are doing all the questions, and because it is a time based test, and if you solve a question for very long, you might lose the time and then lose the composure from there on. So it is all about the mental game. Number 4 tip is be careful of the choices in the GRE question. For example, if they are asking for a multiple choice question and you go ahead and you mark like B or C there, then you are making the question wrong and you will not be getting any marks there. So they are not like semi marks in the GRE that you from the 4 choices given, if you are selecting 2 and if one is right and one is wrong, then you are getting half a mark. So that is not the case. Either you are 0 or you are 1 here in the GRE. Another tip is don't leave any question unanswered, because there is no negative marking here. So even if you narrow down after elimination method, so you can just mark an answer just like Bhagwan Bharose dekh ke, and you can go ahead and mark the answer, but do not leave any question unanswered, because you do not know which answer it might go through and which might not. So you do not know, you just have to take a chance on the luck on the questions you do not know. Before you go to a war, you need to understand what your enemy is all about, what your enemy strength is, what your enemy weakness is. Here the enemy is your GRE format, and this is my number 5th tip, that before attending the GRE exam, know each and every part of the GRE format, what type of questions are asked. For example, quantitative comparisons, multiple choice question, and simple true and false questions. So there are a lot of questions asked in the GRE format. So always prepare yourself for the enemy so that you can give it a good fight and eventually win in the war. Number 6 tip is consider all the relevant possibilities. So for example, the mistake I did in my GRE exam was, for example, a question is given like AB is equal to 0. So there are 3 possibilities here: when A is equal to 0, when B is equal to 0, and when both A and B are equal to 0. So I did not consider the third possibility here, which many students make the mistake. I also made it, so please don't make it. Also, if you are getting a very long number like 46,00,00 by 23, so mentally cancel out all the zeros here. So for example, remove the zeros, do 46 by 23, and later on add the zeros. So it is a very mental game. You have to play the tips and tricks. It is not hard work here. It is a very smart work type of questions in the GRE, so that you are able to apply knowledge on the spot and find the answers on the spot. Number 7 tip is plug in the numbers. So for example, you are having an equation which is very long or which is very complex. So you are thinking like, hey, I cannot solve it in a specific amount of time. So do the reverse here. List out all the answers and start putting them in the equation, and then check which answer matches the equation and where LHS is equal to RHS. So this is again a smart trick where you have to play. For example, a complex part is given, so you reversed it, you plug in the numbers there, and you got the answer. So the next tip, which is the most important tip, is the error log one. So always maintain an error log. So for example, what I did in my GRE preparation was, if I am going for a particular topic, for example algebra or linear equations, and if I am not comfortable with them, so I had a number like 1 to 5, 1 being the like I am the least confident in this, and 5 I am very much confident in the specific topic. So I make an Excel sheet there, I list down all the topics there, and when I do a GRE mock test or any other question, and if my question gets wrong, I take the question, put it in the Excel sheet like next to the specific topic which it belongs to. So this is what an error log is. So you have to maintain an error log, because the questions you are doing right, you will do right in the exam itself, there is no doubt in that. But the questions you are doing wrong, you have to focus on them so that you can make them right and achieve a very good score. So basic Excel sheet is topics here, then here the error log, which the questions you have done wrong, and here the 1 to 5 confidence ratio, 1 being the like I am not confident in this, so that at the end you can focus more on the rows of the Excel sheet. Number 9th tip is start your GRE preparation early. So I've seen a lot of videos on the internet that people are saying that you can crack the GRE in this month, in this amount of days. So that is absolutely not true. So this is a very it depends upon individual to individual. So starting your preparation early does help, and it is also a game of mental stamina, because paper is very long. So before going for the exam, you have to do a lot of mock tests there and prepare your mental stamina so that you do not get tired while solving the questions, because while coming to the last section in the GRE, you are like mentally drained out and you just cannot focus in. But those who focus in the last part achieve a great score. My last tip is don't try to solve each and every question. So you must be added in some WhatsApp groups or Facebook groups, or you might be enrolled in some classes, because a lot of material is there. And don't try to solve each and every question. Trust me, you cannot solve each and every question, and if you cannot solve the question, you will be mentally drained out, because you are solving the question and you cannot solve it. Your confidence will get low. So even if you are seeing a question and you think that, hey, I cannot solve this, don't solve it. Trust me, you'll not get that question. I am just giving you a confidence here. So another last thing which I want to tell here is that use a scratch paper very effectively, because they give you scratch paper and you can ask for more definitely. So but use it effectively, because you have to do a lot of calculations, and again, smart work is the key. So do smart work, not hard work, in the GRE preparation. So this is it for the video, guys, and I hope you get a very good understanding of the tips and tricks of the GRE Quant section. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me on my social media handles, and do let me know in the comment section how you find the video, if you like it or not. And if you like the video, do give it a like and consider subscribing the channel, because a lot of educational as well as travel vlogs will be coming soon, I hope soon. And yeah, इस वीडियो के लिए इतना ही, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, बाय बाय.
So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in